we're getting somewhere.
The Red Marley and its acclaimed new captain. You two have created quite a stir in the ranks of the Inquisition. Therefore, I invite the pair of you and your motley crew to my lair. I have insights into the workings of the Inquisition, which I'm sure you'll find useful. And should you come, I may even share some of them with you. You'll find a new marking on your map. I, Zagan, send my regards.
Zagan. Where have I heard that name before?
You might have heard of Zagan the Apostate.
Ah, the renegade prognosticator who shot himself with the Black Pearl.
Correct.
Well, sounds interesting enough. Why don't we take a peek at this lair of his and see what he's all about?
I suppose if he holds half the knowledge he's promising, there might be value to a meeting. But let's stay on our guard. If his reputation holds up, he could be a dangerous foe.
Ha! Then he'll fit right in. Let's get there. Consider it done.
Where to, Captain?
So, you've decided to consider my invitation. I welcome you to my humble abode. Mind you, this is but a temporary domicile, an abandoned mansion I discovered many years ago. I took a liking to it and modified the main architecture and surrounding islets to suit my purpose. Whatever plague or catastrophe that tainted this place left behind ample soul energy to create a few skeletal assistants. They are rather dim-witted, unfortunately, but with the appropriate oversight, they aid me in my scientific ventures. On the periphery, you may discover the fruits of my labor. Decades of study manifested in apparatus and substances various. And with your help, I will bring my pursuits to a most interesting conclusion. Now, Ronald, are you ready?
Ready.
Very well. There's just one more thing that seeks acknowledgement. I sense another pair of eyes on me. It seems the elusive Red Marley and her ragtag crew has heeded my call.
That's him? He really does look like a prognosticator.
And you must be Afia Manicato. You have made quite a name for yourself.
And a flatterer as well, I see.
Zagan the Apostate! By order of the Holy Maiden, reveal yourself! We have you surrounded!
Did you invite your old playmates to this gathering as well?
No, they let themselves in. But they'll be occupied for a while before they threaten my research here.
Research? We thought you wanted to join the crew.
In due time, I will. I'm in the final steps of this experiment, so you'll have to excuse me.
And why would we stay and wait?
Because you'll struggle to find a stronger and more knowledgeable ally.
Prove yourself then. We will watch, but for now, I will not grant you the power of my memories.
I won't need them. Now, Ronald, I'll use my dark excision on you. With it, I will attempt to act as a conduit that siphons your soul energy into our effigy here. On your mark.
Mark.
I will make it.
You just gutted your assistant and hurt yourself?
Ronald is a resilient specimen. He will recover. As for my own injuries, real knowledge always comes at a cost. Besides, I've got ways of regaining my strength as well. Shush, shush! Miranda, why was this parrot allowed to disrupt the experiment?
Parrot?
Stop pestering me with your excuses. Just see that it does not happen again. Remember, any form of colored poultry is no excuse for dawdling during experiments.
Dawdling?
Now, what did you observe during the procedure?
Eyes. Light.
There was a current then. Excellent. Just as I hypothesized. But for now, I must reclaim some of my energy. You know the drill, Miranda. I will have to drain some of your life forces so that I can continue my studies unperturbed. That is correct. Hold still. This is going to sting.
A morbid way to reclaim one's energy, apostate.
I chose this path of undeath exactly for its morbidity. Now, let me take a look at that energy. I left nothing of you. Corrupted visions. Enticing. I knew death would be merciful. A valid experiment. Acceptable. What was solid before is now brittle. The density of these cursed bones is not high enough, then. Unfortunate, but not unsolvable. We just have to go with the alternative effigy. Miranda, please record these findings.
Oh.
Ah, yes. You're still experiencing strong visions. The effect will persist for a while, but you will recover. Eventually. All right, Marley. I will seek the custodies on this island and transfer myself to your deck.
I'll be waiting.
It will have to be done. Ah, so you have decided to bless me with your memory powers now.
If you perish now, this would be a waste of time. Besides, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. But I can't foresee you crossing the bridge without being spotted by this commissarius.
Oh, I appreciate the gesture, but I think you'll find me quite capable of dealing with the situation at hand.
Really? Because he's just staring down this bridge without blinking.
Ah, yes. The commissarius is going to see me, but he's not going to enjoy the sight. I had calculated that. I will hold them. Consider it accomplished. Who will be happy?
Impressive. How did you do that?
I've retained some aspects of my abilities from before I took the pearl to my heart. One of them is anticipating threats to my health, which allows me to intervene before I come to serious harm. Now, the shortest way to the custodies is crawling above the roofs using the ladder.
Beware. The Inquisition already has some of their walls up there.
No problem. As you've seen, I can fend for myself.
Wow. The mansion is huge. Is it yours?
I have vacated and repurposed this place over the years of my silent exile to suit my experiments.
I'm curious. What experiments? What are you trying to do?
Your uninformed mind might indulge in my theories once I've boarded the Marley.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Ha! Chaining men to the streams of the below until they falter and die. Such
Yeah, this custodian's business is rough.
Let's continue pondering the Inquisition's various deficiencies. Come to me, apostate. Then we can talk.
It will have to be done. There is even more concentrated soul energy here than I had calculated.
Attempt to siphon any of it from me, and you will walk the plank.
An interesting proposal. But your reserves are far from the amount my experiment requires.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot about this experiment. I think it's time you fill us in if you want our help.
Have you ever considered what gives the Inquisition their abilities?
Not really, but wouldn't you know the answer to that?
You've cut right to the heart of the issue.
To nobody's surprise, eh?
Excuse me?
It's a joke, because of the sword in my chest.
Good for you. Now, I prefer to concern myself with truths rather than idle jests. Specifically, the truth about the so-called Holy Flame. Where does its power come from? What is its source? Why don't even the most high-ranking of the Inquisition know much about it? Nobody can answer these questions, and I will change that.
And you want us to help you? What do we get in return?
You do it for the honor of serving as research assistants for the most important scientific effort in the history of the Timeless Shores.
Ha! Honor doesn't fill our coffers. You will share everything you learn with us. That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
I had come to understand your role on this vessel to be some sort of jester. But it seems there is some merit to your position. I agree to your terms. I will share what I find if I can rely on your numbers in my experiment. First, let us visit the Isle of Penance. I seek a tome the Inquisition has kept there.
A tome? Ugh, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
Furred or feathered, I've not studied for decades in order to be subject to the whims of an animal.
Perhaps what Estelle is trying to nudge you towards is the training deck I just prepared for you.